The new cache rework is finally here in the Steam Workshop. What is it? Well, it's green. Can we get an F in the comments for green crosshairs? Greetings, TheWarOwl greets you. Cache has undergone a visual transformation. This video will tell you everything you need to know. FM Pwn has released his rework of cache onto the Steam Workshop, so it's not in matchmaking yet, but you can get ahead of the curve by checking it out now. For the most part, everything is the same. The layout is the same, the timings are the same. It's not as drastic of a rework as we saw from Nuke, Dust 2, or Inferno. The spirit of the map is maintained, but once you start looking at the details, you start to notice that gameplay is going to be completely different. The biggest change to a site is that the back wall near truck has been pushed back further into the site and significantly lowered. A new box has been added at the front of it near the site. The sneaky spot in forklift has a slight change. Players now hide behind this yellow metal thing, which is wall bangable. Forklift is the same, but the entire area has seen improved visibility. These changes greatly favor retakes of the site. Counter-terrorists and terrorists can now creep forward hugging the back wall without being completely exposed, and the new angle to forklift prevents players from hiding behind yellow. The lower walls allow for easier nade throws when launching a retake. Molotovs can be thrown from truck to the standard plant position and to quad. Flashing the site is much easier. I'm gonna call this yellow because it's yellow. And I'm gonna call this new box because it's a new box, but the names of things might evolve over time. At first glance, a main seems the same, but it has a very significant change that I think will revolutionize the very nature of the map. The windows are wall bangable. This opens up so many possibilities. I think in practice, we're gonna be seeing a lot of early round spam, sort of like the dynamics of 1.6. Just look at all the ridiculous spam potential here. I'm very excited for this change. It's gonna be insane. The most obvious change to the map is the new window at Z. You have to climb up a ladder to get to it, and it provides a brand new position to mid and makes Z a much better position to hold, since you can't really smoke this off. The wall where you climb up is wall bangable from the CT side, but if you're on the T side, only a scout or an op will shoot through it. I think this is a problem. The wall should be changed to a wooden one, like on Mirage, to provide the terrorists with a way to deal with this position. An effective way to deal with window is to climb up onto this truck and then look over the top of Boost. You'll see the very top of the window, and I think you'll be able to see their face right there. I don't really think this window is necessary though. It's another change that greatly favors the CTs. At Highway, a new railing has been added to the sides. This allows for easier peeks over white box to mid and to vents. Again, this is a change that greatly favors the CTs. Boost has been slightly changed. There's a platform here that extends over the position below Boost. This allows for players to more easily jump up to Boost and also provides cover to counter-terrorists who are playing up close. A terrorist Boost can't just look over the side and check this position now. This window to A main is wall bangable, but I honestly don't see it being very useful. The skill jump to get up to heaven is now a lot easier, but listen. I'm going to admit something here. I'm going to be vulnerable with you because I trust you. I'm not good enough to do it. There's a new skill jump to get to roof from sandbags. I only see this being useful if you're rotating as a CT and you think a player is holding the vents and want to come at it from a different angle. There's a little lip on the roof here, so when you get up right next to it and jump, it stops you. This is kind of annoying and I think it needs to be fixed. You ever hop into a map in spectate mode and just fly around the server and see how fast you can go around without hitting any of the geometry? This would make like an entire game in and of itself. I would play this. I would pay money for this. Maybe I should make it. Don't steal my idea. In checkers, the ceiling has been opened up. I think this was mainly done to allow more light into checkers to improve visibility, but you technically can throw stuff out of it, so you can flash a player who's walking up close to white box or something. I don't think it's gonna be very useful, but it exists. This lamp now has clipping. Please fix this. This kind of spot is dumb and pointless. They'll see your feet from B main. There's no reason to sit up there. This is goofy, man. In the version of Cache that was shown at ESL, there was a skill jump to get up to the pipes, but that's been removed. The reasoning for that is that it wasn't very fun to deal with during retakes. The most important change to B's sight is this new barrel at the B main box. It allows a player to hold the angle looking over the box. The entrance to Useless has been moved slightly to the center of the hallway, meaning that a player from Sunroom can see all the way into A main. I can see this being useful for terrorists in an afterplant scenario. Here's a new skill jump to get up onto the checkers box, though I don't know why you would want to go there. What's with all the new skill jumps? Other maps like Mirage have been updated to be more handicap accessible with ramps everywhere instead of jumps, but with Cache, we're increasing the complexity. We're increasing the number of positions. It's the opposite of what Valve has been doing with their updates, but again, Cache is a community map, so I guess we can do with it as we would like. Listen, I know of a place that's a little hole in the wall, but now it's a bigger hole in the wall. So that's a thing. Oh, and the passageway from T-spawn to B has a bunch of extra crap in it. I'm not really sure the purpose of this stuff. It just feels kind of awkward, but at least that lame sneaky box is gone. I'm worried about the optimization of this map. I tested it by myself on a local server on a high-end computer, but I did notice that this version requires more resources than any other competitive map. I wonder if lower end systems might have some FPS drops and might have some problems. This is of course something that could be improved upon over time as they try to find areas that are a problem and fix them and such. One thing I will give this map a lot of credit for is that the visual style now more closely resembles the real life inspiration. If you look at pictures of stuff around the Chernobyl disaster as it looks right now with all the overgrowth and the green and the grossness and stuff and the Ferris wheel, it looks like this. It looks really cool. I'm actually like, woo! I'm not cutting that. The map looks very interesting. It's definitely improved from an aesthetic perspective, and I like some of the changes that were made. I really like the changes to A site, especially the A main wallbang positions. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll see if it's a mess in practice, or we'll see if it adds like a new dimension and a new layer to the map, which I think it will. I'm a little bit worried about the balance changes though. I feel like every single change has been made to try to skew the map more CT-sided. The map previously was slightly T-sided, but I feel like it may skew a little bit too far on the CT side. We're only gonna know that in practice once people get in and start playing the map. I also don't like some of the added clutter. It's not that much, but it's there. The window position at mid seems a little bit overpowered to me just because I couldn't find a reliable way to block it off. I feel like every window or mid position in the game needs to have a way for the terrorists to reliably block vision from it. You can't be expected to throw cross smokes every time you want to take mid on the T side. That's gonna be a mess, especially considering you have an extra nade for Z. You may want to throw something over at the white box. I don't know. I don't really like the window addition, but we'll see how it works in practice. Another thing, all of the nade throws, or at least some of them, are gonna have to be redone because of the changed visuals. I'll go over that in a future video. And there's gonna be a bunch of new nade throws, such as the retakes on A site or other stuff I haven't thought of yet. There'll be a new video soon about that. Cache is the only community-made map to ever be featured in the professional level of Global Offensive. Think about that. That makes it a very special map. Overpass is the only unique layout to ever be featured in the professional level of Counter-Strike for Global Offensive. There's been a bunch of new maps made and added to Global Offensive. New layouts, new ideas, some of them from FMPone and Volcano, who made Cache. But nothing's been accepted by the community enough to be pushed into the pro scene. I don't think in the current climate, I don't think it's possible for a new map, a new layout, a new idea to be added to the pro scene ever just by being accepted by the community, unless, this is gonna be controversial, unless it's forced into it. Unless Valve forces us to play it, like Vertigo. Vertigo would never have been accepted if it wasn't forced in there. I think we need new maps. Thank you very much for watching. I'm TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer. What?